does help getting that first blood. Obviously, it's not Sacred that pick it up, but at least Schofield will be maybe a bit stronger. Can buy some extra region for the Timber if he needs. But it's a Rubik. He's just rushing Arcane Boots. Who are we kidding here?
Yeah, probably. One day we will see the Armlet Rubik.
Oh, yeah. We almost saw the Armlet Puck in one of the versus ones, but unfortunately, never really came to conclusion as we see this Beastmaster and NP lane. Like, how strong is that lane? Because it honestly, like, we're talking about how strong Monkey King Chian is, but I kind of get a feeling that one is even stronger.
Yeah, I think so. You just have so much damage, so much control, and these heroes are both pretty tanky too, so it feels like they just have everything.
Yeah, they have very strong side lanes here this time for TSM. And even in game number 1, they did quite well in those side lanes. As the ganks we were talking about, Dark Mago gets engaged, Blood Grenade with the Blightstone, Fairy Fire, and at least gets the Vortex, but it's just not nearly enough damage, and that's the problem. Even though you get that Storm to Pango matchup, Ari could be there anytime. And can they really punish Kasane? They're gonna try. They get a good stun. Where's the Dispose? Finally, it lands. But that Hawk just rooting Gym Park. They're gonna harass Kasane here, but it really is not enough to take down the Beast.
Yeah, this double melee matchup against a Prophet plus Beastmaster just seems terrible.
Yeah, I mean, BeastCoast trying to deny pick that Marcy. Feels like that could be just a debate for them as they are struggling a little bit in that lane. Sacred though, 11 last hits, so not too bad. Do you think this lane gets easier or harder for the Timbersaw as more levels?
Mm, maybe once he gets 2 levels in reactive armor, it's gonna get a little bit easier. But I feel like he's never gonna be free in the lane. You have some Timber lanes where at some points you become so strong that the enemy just has to leave. I feel like that may not happen so quickly in this game.
Good Sprout
Go
here. Even if
Fields.
the tree cuts, there's just way too much garbage for the Rubik to navigate. And Ari gets another kill. And this is slowly giving me, just reminding me of that match they stomped 9 Pandas, this Nature's Prophet hero, even after the arguable nerf looking very strong.
Yeah, for sure. Dark Mago has to be so careful as well. Even though the matchup against the Pango is good, he knows that every time he steps up a little bit too far into the river, he's at risk of dying.
Yeah, definitely problematic one. Is this maybe a matchup you stack for yourself? You don't really try to force too much? Because Storm is decent. I think he's going for that stack, by the way. I did see him going towards the camp close to his tower. Maybe that's a move. You don't really stay in lane too much.
I'm gonna
Oh,
hate
Stinger.
it.
Very
Stinger.
low. The right clicks, the Sprout, and there you go. 2 melee heroes, as you said. Easy prey for that NP as he will TP, drops the Blood Grenade, Gym Park, he gets some extra armor with the Warcry, has a Lotus and a Fairy Fire, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Eats his way through the trees, but that's a double kill for Kasane and Beast Coast. This is not the early game you want. I guess, still have some pretty decent scaling on their heroes this time, but it definitely looks hard as Sacred will Timber Chain away.
Oh no, I'm already a bit worried, Bowie. Feels like it's already falling apart for Beast Coast. Because they're losing every single lane.
They really are. The CS. It's just the Beastmaster, I guess, behind in CS, but he got a double kill. So he is very healthy, and in terms of net worth, there you have it. They are all ahead as Stinger trying to dispose of Kasane, but taking so much damage in the process. That Blightstone, that Hawk, it's really hard to really do anything about it. Gym Park eventually kills the Hawk, but loses half his HP as they get the stun. They get a TP here from Schofield, but it's just not enough. That lift barely does anything.
Kasane just doesn't care. He's like, okay, you wanna dispose me? I'll get a CS on a range creep, then I'll hit your hero twice, and then I guess I'll walk back for a moment.
Yeah, that Hawk is bullshit. I think they definitely need to nerf something about it. Whether it's the magic resistance or the HP, it's just so hard to deal with.
I
Like,
think they
I don't think there's a single hero besides maybe Doom that can handle that well.
I think they need to nerf Kasane, to be honest. Because he looks this good on multiple heroes.
He definitely does. They give away the Beastmaster this time instead of the Lycan. And it seems just as good, just as easy here as Kasane. There's a long path for him to chase this Gym Park Sven down.
He doesn't have boots. So I think...
Yeah, and there's also a fight brewing bottom here, but Gym Park with the stun. Oh, that little boop from the Hawk. He's trying to kill it, but in the mid lane, time for a fight. Stinger will find Ori. They get the Vortex, and finally it's BEASTCOAST back in the scoreboard. They're gonna get a 1 kill. Whitemon trying to disengage. Brian is level 6, holding on to that Rolling Thunder so far, and he won't really commit for it.
Yeah, I guess that would have been too brave. Because he would need like 5 roll connections to get the kill there.
Now, about it, there is a decent chance. Okay, that's a scan. Ari, he got the Wisdom Rune. Maybe he pays with his life, but we know how important experience is for a hero like Schofield. Oh, he's just gonna die here.
Nice.
Oh, denied to the dragons. All right, calculated, but still. That Wisdom Rune was acquired, and Gym Park is slowly being withered down. They do find a connection here with Stinger. Where's the dispose? I don't think he got used as Kasane just get that kill. Dark Mago connects, has some mana. The Electric Force exists there. Can they find the Kasane kill? The Leech Seed, though, makes this so annoying. That healing, that Hawk, they are still alive. This is a double kill, 4-0 for Kasane. And the wave of hands. Stinger's gonna fall, and TSM, what are you guys eating for breakfast? Because I want some of that.
Did you see that bug where Kasane took like no damage from 3 heroes? That's crazy.
Yeah, the bug's called Leech Seed ability. That bug is a feature actually.
Oh my goodness, already 4K. That's
Yeah, that's a 4K, 67% advantage here for TSM, and this time Gaben is not drunk. I actually do believe the prediction here. This definitely looks like the case, even though it's only 8 minutes. TSM have a firm control over this game.
And when you look at this BEASTCOAST lineup, who here is gonna get kills on a super tanky TSM lineup? Timber is underleveled and underfarmed. Storm, same thing. Sven needs a ton of items before he deals any damage whatsoever. Like, he popped his God Strength.
Gym Park just using God Strength to farm here, but this is a level 6 tree, and thanks to Ari, that Stolen Wisdom Rune, that Primal Roar, they use 2 ultis, but they find the hope of BEASTCOAST. That hero that's supposed to scale just dies.
This is brutal. Bryle almost has his
Alright,
refusal.
BEASTCOAST. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is, so maybe you can help me, because I was thinking that maybe Schofield could carry this game with a lot of steals. We have Overgrowth, Roar, Rolling Thunder, lots of good stuff for him to pick up, but he's just struggling with levels.
Yeah, I guess they need some big rotations by the supports together with Dark Mago. Because I feel like the easiest kill right now on TSM's side is gonna be TIMADO. So maybe they can make something happen there, but it's looking so tough.
Yeah, you have the global help of the Living Armor, the global help of Nature's Prophet. It's definitely not gonna be easy, even if TIMADO is alone, as Ari will be found here. But Bryle, okay, they steal the Arcane Rune on Dark Mago, but what's the plan here? Can you actually disengage? No,
nice.
You can't. He dodges the Rolling Thunder, but look at that. Whitemon is here as well. He's gonna be boinked and killed. Whitemon picks it up, and Dark Mago, how is it really worth it to steal that Arcane Rune?
Yeah, I have a feeling that may not have been worth it. He had some fancy moves, but ultimately no escape, and he dies again.
Yeah, man. Stinger, level 5. Rubik getting close. But they just don't have the levels. Those supports, like, this Treant is higher level than the Timbersaw right now.
Yeah, and that tends
This
to
is
not
like
be a
what
great sign.
Timbersaw like has nightmares about. Is like a Treant actually threatening him, as is now Sven that gets threatened and killed. Such a clean kill here for TSM. No response.
Yeah, this double melee lane in top got punished so hard. And it feels like Beast Coast just has no space on the map right now. Where do they even go?
Yeah, they really don't have any space. Dark Mago doesn't have the resources for those rotations you were talking about. Stinger did get his level 6, but honestly, I think this is the least important of the sports. Like, Marcy's OT here, when you're this far behind, just doesn't cut it. And Jim Park, he might be the one that gets cut. Good overgrowth with the Wukong's command. Stinger tries to go for the dispose, will actually save Jim Park from a fair amount of spells. But holy crap, he barely survives, as they will get the kill with Whitemon. That tree is very scary, and Schofield, still level 6, has no steals, has no saving grace. They do initiate with Sacred and Armago Vortex in a tier 2 tower. Bryo, though, gets that shield crash, 4 dies nonetheless. Dark Mago trying his best. Whitemon is a tanky boy. Can they get the kill? They can. Sacred finally finds 2 as they try to cut TIMADO from the tree. They don't get it, and it is BEASTCOAST with 3 very important kills here. All starting with Stinger saving Gene Park.
Yeah, TSM got a bit too excited there. Yes, you're ahead, but maybe not quite far enough ahead to just dive tier 2 towers without thinking of the repercussions. Nonetheless, very nice kills for Beast Coast. I wouldn't say they're like back in the game, but it's a sign of life.
They're back in the world of living, right? They still breathe.
Yeah.
They're still they might be hospitalized, but they're still alive. And you can see, like, seeing this Marcy, I can see what they were like expecting to happen this game. You can take people away from Wukongs, from Overgrowth, from the Sprout. It's just that when you have lanes like this one, no draft is gonna look good, right?
Yeah, it's really rough. But TSM, they want to go for another smoke. They're like, oh, there is a tier 2 that we want to dive again.
It's Wisdom Room time, or at least very close to it, as Jim Park, he will be found by Bryo. They have the Diffusal Blade. His mana is gone. He has a Sanj to try to tank it up, but will fall regardless. Schofield, look at that swashbuckle damage. This is not fair. They're gonna lose 2. Stinger trying to run away as he dodges most of what TSM has, but can they dodge losing their Wisdom Rune? I think they can't. It's just yeah, it's just Whitemon sitting on top of it. Oh my god.
So they lose 2 wisdom runes again. And we haven't really spoken about it, but TIMADO, he has his Battle Fury now.
Oh my god. Yep, he will go. I mean, I like it, right? You're in no rush. You're crushing this game. You don't want to eventually be outscared by as many in case some of these bad fights happen. And not only he's going to have a Battle Fury, TSM will get an Aegis, probably on Bryo.
They just have such a nice lineup for taking objectives on TSM. They have all their team items, they have a medallion, they have a Helm of the Overlord. So this is a really strong timing for TSM. Nonetheless, they had a 6k gold lead at 10 minutes, and now it's only 5k, so Beast Coast has managed to stabilize somewhat, and they still have all of their tier 2s as well.
Very true. They are doing the best they can here, but the problem is TSM still have all of their tier 1s, so the farming space here for Beast Coast is limited, and TSM, they want to start getting tier 2s of their own, as with that Aegis, they might be willing to pressure a bit more. So Ari going for an eggs here, no Solar Crest shenanigans. Looks like Whitemon. Yeah, they have Overlord on Kasane. God, he's so farmed. And they will find the Marcy. So Stinger will be booped and killed very... Oh, mid lane, there's just... Ooh, Dark Mago. Should be fine. They do lose Ari and Schofield on other sides of the map, though. So I guess not that bad for Beast Coast.
Yeah, I guess so. TSM with this Helm of the Overlord should be able to get this tier 2 without much issue here. So I don't really see Beast Coast mounting a true defense.
Yeah, so I think the plan for them is just get as much farm as you can, try to defend high ground.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's unlikely that TSM is gonna break high ground with this particular Aegis, which means that they should have another 10 or so minutes.
Beast Coast just farming here. Sven covering Jin Park as TIMADO. He is farming a pretty far away area of the map in case something happens. It could potentially go well here for Beast Coast, but they don't know about that. It's Beast Coast. They are all unaware of TIMADO being absent.
Jim Park going for an AC next. I feel like BKB would kind of be a useless purchase, so I understand the AC, but he's still gonna struggle so much with getting kited.
Yeah, you really need the Sanjinyashi this game, right? You need the status resistance against the Roar. As Dark Mago, we'll find Bryo here doing some damage. Living Armor quickly gets cast. So just a little bit of a poke here coming from Beast Coast, trying to understand where everyone is. Stolen Swashbuckle from Schofield. Barely does anything as he's going to use his lift. TP here from Sacred, but it doesn't matter. They already lost Schofield, and now Sacred trying to run away. They're going to use the Rolling Thunder. Good dancing shoes, but it doesn't matter. They get the Roar, they get the damage, and Wicked 6 streak for Kasane. Now it's the mid tower that's under assault, and Dark Mago just trying to cut the wave, I assume, as he finds one courier at least.
That is a very nice creep skip. I feel like if he didn't do that, maybe TSM would have gone for the high ground after all. But no chance now. Ooh, Jim Park.
Oh!
No sweat. No sweat.
Very close. Jim Park, Canoe. Yeah, it was all calculated. We'll be able to survive. They did lose the tier 2 tower mid. TSM already grouping for the top one, so only bottom remains, and quite a low HP tower at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, gold advantage, 7k. It's not the end of the world as Dark Mago. Gotta be careful with that root. Can't ball lighting away from it, but the Roar is on cooldown. That's why he even attempted to poke the Beastmaster. Oh, look at that. Stolen 3 downs from Schofield. So maybe trying to get a fight going as a good Vortex will connect. Whitemon quickly falls. Oh, not actually. Gets the leech seed off as finally Wukong's command is going to be used. Zoning the fight, TSM. Can they find anyone else? Stinger will be next as the Swashbuckle connects. And this is a 2-4-1. The supports of this will fall. And they got 1-3. And Bryo kind of low here as TIMADO will chase. And they have the follow-up. This Timber Chain is pretty good, but the Rolling Thunder should lock Sacred down. Whew. What a game, man. I honestly didn't expect TSM to once again stomp Beast Coast to this level. But it's not even close. Like, I can't even say a good thing about Beast Coast this game.
It's looking really rough. And I feel like that last fight was the best fight that they could have gotten there. Getting a double jump, dealing a lot of damage, killing the tree. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's ever enough. And is it gonna get better? I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to separate TSM, but their draft is very mobile, having DNP, the Monkey King, the Pangolier. They can all quickly connect. It's only the Beast and the Treant that are a little bit slow, but you have the Living Armor at least that can be used. So usually the way Beast Coast likes to play is this chaos, just picking people apart. But I think TSM is playing a style that is very good against the way Beast Coast likes to play.
For sure, and we see another smoke. Just unrelenting pressure from TSM. Who can they find here?
Yeah, they do use a scan, so decent idea of what's happening as Sacred will watch poor Schofield be pummeled to death. But that's just for support, unless they find Sacred, they get the Roar, they get the Rolling Thunder, godlike streak for Kasane, and this guy, man. I guess you just have to use 4 bans on him, because it doesn't matter the hero, but especially this Beastmaster and Lycan just look sublime. They banned the Razor, but maybe it was better to ban the Beastmaster, I don't know.
Yeah, just compare the impact between Kasane and Sacred this game. I feel like it's monumental.
And it's first picked, right? They got this as their first pick for TSM.
Yeah, just crazy. TIMADO with an
Eggs now
Aghanim's.
done for TIMADO. All of the outer towers are down. Sure, they don't have Aegis, but I think TSM, this is pretty much their game to lose again. Like, it's 20 minutes and they have total control over the game.
And Roche could spawn in a minute from now. And if it does, then it's just straight up high ground time.
Yeah, they have the eggs for that high ground that we were talking about. Monkey King, not that good at going high ground, but with the eggs, it definitely makes things a bit more easy. Should be contest Roshan, like, is that the only play? You YOLO Roche, and if at least you kill the Aegis, it's like better than if you try to defend high ground? Or is it better for them to sit in the base and trust that their high ground is good enough?
I would say that they have to contest, because their deep push isn't that great with a Sven and a Storm. They could try to maybe skip creeps, but that is always so difficult against a Prophet and all the catch on TSM. So just going for some crazy Roche play, stealing the Aegis, maybe bursting down Brawl. That is the best case I can imagine for Beast Coast.
Okay, we'll see if they can deliver that, as we did see a lot of Roche steals from South America in this tournament. I believe we had 2 at least. And it's definitely what South America thrives at. Now, a shard for White Mon gets picked up here as the 15k goal lead piles upon Beast Coast. Their hopes, their dreams of getting to a first place never really get met. They find TIMADO, they quickly do a lot of damage. His Wukong's command will be trampled, but not before Storm falls, and now Jinpar trying to man up, won't be able to. Look at that Hawk, just by herself or himself. I don't know what the gender of the Hawk is, but triple kill for Kasane, godlike streak. And yeah, and it's again, they try to dive a tier 1 tower against a global draft, but they are so far behind that you can even blame them for it, right? What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, even when they do burst TIMADO, it just takes so long, and they have to expend all of their resources to get them.
Yeah, and maybe if this Van wasn't forcing to a Sanjay Yasha, he would have that echo, he would have more DPS. But no, he's forcing to this awkward item build because of the nature of TSM's draft, and it just didn't work out for him.
Still, they got a kill into TIMADO. That is nice. But yeah, at what cost?
Yeah.
Roche not up yet. That is nice for Beast Coast at least. So they have another minute to farm up and perhaps mount a defense, or maybe go for some kind of smoke play.
Alright, is there any items here coming from Beast Coast that could change this game? Maybe we can check the item builds of everyone. I know that Sven finished that AC for a while. I'm not sure if he's close to a BKB. Alright. I can see his gold, as they will find Stinger here with the Bound the Strike. So that's a quick one. Sacred gets point, gets roared, gets damage, and he doesn't seem like a Timbersaw. He feels like a support TSM. It's Brio that picks it up, and who needs Aegis when you get 2 kills right in front of the enemy base? Both heroes with buybacks. I'm going to use the first glyph. Beast Coast, you're either giving these barracks away or you need to buy back right now. I think... Oh, they used the glyph. Okay. Uh, they're still losing the barracks though.
Yeah, this Rex is gonna go down for sure. They could go for
Okay,
more.
initiation from Dark Mago, trying to potentially distract TSM, but they have the eyes on the prize. They know there's no second glyph. TIMADO with that Aghanim Scepter just moving forward. They don't want Roshan. They don't think they need it. Smoke from Beast Coast as we take a look on the mid lane and the top lane. All right, they will go forward here. TIMADO is very low, but the overgrowth just insta GG. Beast Coast, they never stood a chance. TSM with two 20-minute games just trumped everything that Beast Coast wanted to do.
I'm not sure
I mean,
if Beast Coast just lost their mojo or if TSM is on fire today, but damn,